guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fall bucket list, which is just a list of things that I want to do this fall. As you guys know, next week on the 22nd, I believe, is going to be the first day of fall officially, but in reality, I feel like everyone's been in the fall mood ever since it hit September 1st. So, without further ado, let's get into the list. So I decided to actually draw out my whole bucket list. Honestly, I was just really bored and I wanted to kind of draw out every little thing that I was going to do, and it's just 15 items, and yeah, so let's get into it. So the first one on the bucket list is just a given. It's pumpkin picking. Pumpkin picking is so much fun. You get a lot of good pictures out of it. Always a good like Instagram thing to do. I've always done it every single year since I was a kid. Honestly, I feel like it's essential for fall, so definitely add that to your list. The next one on the list is a bonfire and s'mores. S'mores is my favorite thing, and a fire in the fall is just the best ever. I just love the crisp, cool air just around you, and then just getting that nice warmth from the fire. And of course, s'mores are the absolute best. So if you guys have never tried a s'mores, comment that down below because I'm very, very interested to see if someone has never tried a s'mores before. And if you haven't, you definitely should go try it. The next one is drink hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is essential for fall and winter. I am a huge hot chocolate fan. It is my drink of choice. So it is something that I really do drink every single night, so it's definitely probably the first thing that's going to be checked off this list. Next on the list is fall decor, and when I say fall decor, I just mean decorating for fall. Yeah, it's so much nicer when your house is nice and cozy and decorated with autumnal colors like browns and orange, and especially burnt orange. I really love the color of that, and I just think that if you decorate your house for it, it just gives you that nice warm feeling, and it's just enjoyable for everyone. My next one on the list is a thing that I have been doing every single year since I was a kid, and that is making my Halloween costume. Making a Halloween costume is definitely something that you should try if you haven't. One, get creative with it, and two, you become really proud of your costume when you're done with it. And I know there's so many people that are like, oh, I ran out of time and I just threw on a pair of cat ears and that's my DIY costume. But the thing is that you know when Halloween is every single year. Like, it's not a new thing that pops up, so you do have plenty of time to make a Halloween costume and come up with something good, and it is cheaper than actually going to the Halloween store and buying the costumes nowadays, because I feel like they're starting to hit that 50 to 60 mark, which is ridiculous for a Halloween costume, but it kind of just urges you more to actually just make your own, and it is definitely more worth it in the end. And people really start to enjoy your costume more, especially when you're like, oh, thank you, I made it myself, and then people become really impressed. They're like, oh my gosh, you did that? You're like, hell yeah, I did. So yeah, make your own Halloween costume. It is the best thing that you could do on this list. If you take anything away from it, it would be making your own Halloween costume. The next thing on the list is a little basic, but it is pumpkin spice. I just wrote out pumpkin spice because it would be too long to say a full day of pumpkin spice. So I plan to eat something pumpkin related for a whole day, and possibly I'll make a video and post it. Yeah, I really enjoy pumpkin spice and pumpkin pie, pumpkin flavored things. That's why I'm gonna have one of those days. So the next thing on the list is a corn maze. So I've actually never done a normal corn maze before. I've only done haunted corn mazes, which are terrifying, and honestly, I've kind of hit my peak of going to haunted corn mazes. So we looked up a pumpkin patch place that actually has a giant corn maze, which is actually in the shape of like a Marvel comic theme. So I'm really excited to do that. Out of all the places that I've been, I've never actually had a normal corn maze to just go through during the day. So it would be a nice thing to try. So the next thing on the list is apple cider donuts. I can honestly admit that I am not a donut person. I don't think that they're worth the hype, but the only flavor that I will always buy is apple cider donuts because that's the only taste that I like. or maple bacon, but again, you have to be making it right in front of me and I have to eat it right then. It cannot sit longer than a certain amount of time, which I'm sure everybody else has that opinion too, but they don't want to admit it. So yeah. So the next thing on the list is a zombie walk. So Asbury Park, New Jersey does a zombie walk every year. There's so many other places that do zombie walks. This is one that's relatively close to me, so it's not that far of a drive. So we're going to be doing the zombie walk this year. We are actually going to be doing like a Shaun of the Dead kind of theme for the zombie walk, which would be really fun to do, and I will be filming a video on that. So if you want to see how I do that costume, honestly a very simple costume because it's just a white button-up t-shirt and a name tag and a red tie, and you kind of just call it a day. So yeah, you guys will see me do that. So the next thing that I have on my list is a horror movie night. Honestly, I've been watching horror movies already, but I think it would be really fun to get a bunch of friends and make some fall related snacks and desserts and just sit around and watch some scary movies. If you are on the edge of like watching scary movies but you don't really want to, you can always watch all of the Disney ones because they're always good too. So the next thing on the list I have Hayride, which is haunted and non. Honestly, I like haunted hayrides better than going and walking through a corn maze, but I've also haven't done like a real hayride in relation to a corn maze. Those are the things that I haven't done during the day, so it would be nice to actually do one of those, and yeah, I feel like it would be a lot of fun. So the next thing on the list is apple picking. Apple picking to me is a little boring, but it's still fun to go apple picking and then make something out of it. An apple crumble would be really good. Pumpkin picking is more fun to me because then you can carve them after. Which the next item on my list is carving a pumpkin. I love carving pumpkins. You can get really creative with it or go as simple as possible and it still comes out really good and funny. So if you haven't carved a pumpkin before, I highly recommend. It's just something that you have to do, you know? The next thing on the list that I have is a drive-in movie. There is one drive-in movie that is in New Jersey that I know of, and I've always wanted to go to it, and I thought that it would be the best time to go during the fall because one, it's not as hot so you can cozy up in blankets, and two, again, it's not as hot so there's not many bugs out, so that's another reason why I want to do it. The third reason why I would want to go to a drive-in movie in the fall is because they could possibly be showing scary movies. Whether it's a scary movie or not, I do want to plan to go and cross that off my list. So the last thing on my list is going to Salem, Massachusetts, which is something that I've always wanted to do and something that I actually plan to do this October. So I am so excited that we already booked our trip, and it's like the mecca for Halloween, you know, because Hocus Pocus is based out of there and you actually learn about the witch trials and everything behind that, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun trip. So those are all the items on my list this year, and honestly it's a very simple list, so you guys could probably do that same thing too. I hope you guys enjoyed getting into the fall spirit, and I hope that you will stick around for more videos that are fall related because I do plan on posting a lot of videos throughout the month of October, so definitely stay tuned for that. Also, please like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more like it, and again, thank you, and I will see you in my next video.